Hey guys, welcome to Redneck Politics. This is Mike. This is where real American voices matter. And today, I'm really trying to reach out to those folks who think that they have to commit some type of violence towards, somebody that has completely different beliefs than you do. Uh, I don't understand why there is so much violence today in a country that we should be well past any of that. You have a lot of these kids that get on these internets or young adults, and you can actually see the change in them. And they'll go from somebody who is posting lighthearted stuff to next thing you know, 5 years later, he's on there putting out hate. And you always hear this. It's the left doing it. The other one, it's the right doing it. You know, to me, it doesn't matter who you are, whether you are right or you are left. We are all Americans, every one of us. And if it has to get to the point in this country that people are actually taking it upon themselves to cause harm to others for their beliefs, man, we're really in bad shape. But worse than that is you have all these politicians that we voted in who are doing nothing about all the violence that's occurring. Um, and silence can be deafening. I just hope that in some way that this hate and blaming others, you know, are the fault of other people. I mean, we all live in a free democracy. We all have the right to say how we feel in our First Amendment rights. Everybody. Because somebody says something. If they hadn't put their hands on you or hurt your family, I mean, you got to let that shit slide off your back. The ones I really blame for this shit that puts out all this damn conspiracy theory stuff, making young folks think that there's nothing else that can be done but violence. The guy that tried to shoot Trump back in the summer last year in Pennsylvania at the fairground. They killed the boy, but he was in his young maybe early 20s or something like that. And what's crazy about that is because everybody in Tom, Dick, and Harry saw this motherfucker on the goddamn fairgrounds. Everybody saw him. There was pictures being taken. People were pointing. People were telling cops. And yet this man was able to get up on a building and take a shot at the president and unfortunately kill others. I mean, to look back and go through his young adult life, you can actually see that kind of that transition. I mean, the guy was a Republican. And see, that really don't make no sense to me. Republican or Democrat, what the fuck ever you are, you have a right to this country. You have to, by right, in this country, not to encourage political violence. Nancy Pelosi's husband damn near got his brains beat in, folks. Come on, man. I don't care who the hell you are. This man is married to Nancy Pelosi. This ain't Nancy Pelosi. And he was so goddamn old that you damn near could have killed him. But bitch, why didn't you pick on some goddamn body your own size? What I want to know. It's 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 uh it's sad. The girl that got killed up in, I think it was Minnesota, or with her husband. I don't quite remember. I mean, it's sad that we are allowing our politicians, and I'm mainly talking about Trump. I mean, you have military who has never been put in the streets of the United States since we've been a free country. Ever. Now you have a president who is putting these young military people on the streets of their own country, having to deal with American citizens. Not all, but most American citizens. Things is, I mean, things have gotten so far out of whack with Trump that, listen, you know the difference between right and wrong. You know when you're going to say something right, and you know when you're going to say something fucking stupid. But when he called for the execution of those 4 congresspeople because they were relaying to our military that unlike Germany, when Hitler was in power, they couldn't refuse orders or they'd get killed. Well, a lot of those people at the Nuremberg trial tried to use that. And us, as Americans, being over there, said, we're not having that shit. You knew what you was doing when you done it. Well, ain't it about the same thing here? You know what the fuck you doing? You must be in a pretty damn deep place in your life to want to do something so stupid to fuck not only your life and your family's life up, but the persons that you harm and their families. None of this is worth it. And when, these folks that made this video had every right to say, if you are given an unlawful order and you know it is unlawful, you can refuse without consequences of your actions. I mean, I know most people want it to be like your commanding officer says, shoot this sumbitch in the back of the head, point blank. That's an order. And you do it. Dude, you just, I mean, y'all all crazy. No, our military is in a tough position right now. They're trying to distinguish what's right and what's wrong. They're trying to figure out, do we do our job this way? We do our job this way. And what's crazy is they should have never been put in that position to begin with, ever. But they are. And now you also have this bullshit going on in Venezuela where they're knocking off these goddamn fishing boats. They don't even know it's all fishing boats. I mean, drug boats. Some of them have turned out to be just fishermen. There have been a couple, 2 or 3 that's lived. And once they found out, once they were rescued out of the water, they found out who they were. They sent them right back to their own country like, just forget everything. I mean, you just can't fucking forget everything, blowing people out of the water like it's goddamn nothing. You don't even know if all of them are drug smugglers. I don't mind you dropping something on those, but damn, make sure you know who the hell that you're killing. And that's putting our military in another compromising position, man. If you don't think dropping a goddamn bomb on a boat that's speeding, that's not shooting at you, that has no weapons, And, that's something else. Everybody want to talk about the deficit. But, 28 boats, I think, or if not more by now, blowed out of the fucking water. How much does that cost us per goddamn warhead, per missile? What does that cost us? Taxpayers? Because that's who's paying it. You mean to tell me there's no other way to stop these folks in a cigar-looking boat, even though they're fast? Y'all got shit just as fast. There's no way that y'all can stop them and then search and seizure and we do whatever you got to do. No, you're gonna go over there and you're gonna drop $1 million to $2 million on bombs. The taxpayers are gonna have to pay for it. And for what? Because Trump don't like their damn government? That's what it all comes down to. Trump don't want that government in there. They want him out. So Trump's making up this fictitious bullshit. Oh, it's on a war on drugs. Bitch. And the thing of it is they try to make people believe that we're fucking stupid, that we don't see this shit. Man, I could talk a minute, trust me, but I'm not going to do you that way right now. But there are some unanswered questions that just that don't make no sense about Venezuela. As far as the political violence, the people who are the ones that's got to step up is people like the president, who is the one that's causing it. As I've said before, this president won't give a fuck about us or nobody else. All he cares about is that bank account and what it's going to look like when he leaves office. So, but anyway, guys, please hit the like, the subscribe, the alert button. You know all that stuff. I mean, I do need it. It really does help me. I don't get no money for nothing, nobody. I've put out everything here to do this, and I want to do it because I feel like, there's a lot of folks out there that don't have the opportunity to get to see the news or understand what's going on, whatever it is. But this is a place for them to voice how they do feel. So, guys, I need all the help I can get. If you have any comments, please listen. I mean, that's the only way I'm learning, But I will be back. Peace. Good night.